Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this pink smoky eye, which I paired with a cool tone gray lip. I usually don't pair like a warmer pinkish tone with a cool tone lip. I usually do not do that, but I really liked the way that it came out. I wanted to kind of go with my gray shirt, even though I don't even think I'm wearing the shirt today. But, you know, whatever. Things happen, things change. So if you guys would like to learn how to get this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'm going to prime my eyelids with the MAC Soft Ochre. The MAC Prolongwear Concealer in the shade NC35. I just watched a makeup tutorial, that's why MAC Soft Ochre is in my head. Anyway, so I'm going to dab this onto my eyelid. This is what I've been doing for my eyeshadow primer. Oh, and I've been doing my eyebrows last pretty much. So I've been doing for eyeshadow primer, I know y'all probably like, what does one have to do with the other? So for eyeshadow primer, I've been using this concealer and I've been blending it up to my brow bone. So this is like me cleaning up my brows, so later when I do my eyebrows, I don't have to do the concealer part. So I'm taking the concealer and I'm blending it all the way up. I just got a text message that says my test grade has been posted. I ain't looking at it yet. I'm scared. So after I apply that concealer, I set it with the Airspun loose face powder. This one is in the shade Naturally Neutral, and this is the one that I pretty much pick up every time. So I normally use a Morphe MB13 brush to set my eyeshadow primer in place. Anyway, so today's eye look is actually going to be quite simple because I'm just going to basically be blowing out pink on my eye. I'm going to go in with transition colors first. Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. Just going to mix those together because they're basically the same color. Honestly, like they look very similar. I have no idea why they put both, but you know. Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. I'm going to apply that to my crease area, and I'm doing that with a Morphe M504 brush. So my eyeshadow might look a little weird while I'm doing it just because usually I have my brows done during this part. I know, so weird, but I just have been doing it this way lately and I really like it. I'm going on a side note here, but when I do my foundation, when I already have my brows on, I'm like trying to be neat around my brow, and I just don't be liking to do that. When I don't have my brows done, I'm able to like blend in my foundation. So with Love Letter, which is a really beautiful pink shade, I'm taking this on a LAB squared eyeshadow brush, which is actually a really good brush because I can apply it to my lid and blend it into my crease basically at the same time because it's a fluffy eyeshadow brush. So because of that fluffiness, I'm able to do like I'm applying it first and then I'm taking like the tip of it and I'm blending that into my crease. I used this brush for blue eyeshadow the other day, so I'm kind of scared, but I wiped it off, so it should be okay. I don't know. So I'm going to go into Cyprus Umber and maybe a little bit of this red ochre. You can see I haven't planned this out. I'm just doing it. And so I'm going to apply this to the outer corner and at that edge where my transition color meets. Now I'm going to take a smudger brush with that same pink shade that we used on our lid and apply this to our lower lash line. Now in my waterline, I'm just going to add a bit of the LA Girl Black Gel Pencil Liner. So the first step to my face, I know you guys are gonna be like, what? I am going to prime with the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. So my main thing, the reason why, if you've been following my channel for a while, then you know that I stopped using primers because they broke me out. Well, I Googled it because I was like getting a little like wanting to use a primer because I was tired of my face like still getting oily throughout the day. So I went to Google, and this primer does like give me a ashy look on my face, and that's because it has SPF in it. After Googling, I came across this primer. It was supposed to not break people out and help with smile lines and help with oiliness. So I was like, okay, I give primers another shot. So I've been liking it so far. I'm applying, of course, my Loreal True Match foundation. And then for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Medium. This is my second time using it, so I'm still like testing it and seeing if I like it. I'm just going to blend this in like I normally do with a beauty sponge. And then to set my concealer, I'm using the Ben Nye Banana Luxury Powder. So I'm just setting it, I'm not baking, and I'm setting it with that same sponge that I blended my concealer in with. When you set your concealer using a damp sponge like I'm doing, it number one takes away the cakiness from the powder that the powder will give you if you just use like an applicator sponge, like one of those sponge things, like the triangle sponge that you can get from Walmart to apply makeup. If you just use that, or if you just use a brush, you can sometimes get that cakey look with the powder. But when you use a damp sponge, it takes away that cakiness. It also helps with the wear of your foundation and concealer. It helps to cut down the oiliness just a bit if you have oily skin. So to set my face, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder. So I'm going to use the other end of this same beauty sponge and set my face. Make sure that you set the area that you're going to be contouring with bronzer, because bronzer is one of those products that will go on patchy. So if you already have a layer of powder already on your face right there, it helps that bronzer not to apply real patchy, because that happens sometimes if I don't set it good enough with certain foundations. Next, for bronzer, I'm using the NYX Dark Tan Bronzer, which is my favorite. Apply this like normal. Then for highlight, I'm using the Laura Geller Gilded Honey Highlighter, which is another one of my favorite items. Now we're going to finally fill in our brows with the NYX Ash Brown Micro Brow Pencil. So I first outline the top of my brow. Alright, then after I do that, I outline the bottom. And then I fill in the center of those two outlines. And I don't fill it in like super harsh. I kind of leave like gaps a little bit, just so it can still look like brows. And then I'm going to take that same Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter that I used on my face and use that as my brow bone highlight. Alright, for inner corner highlight, I'm going to use Pink Heart from the Moonchild Glow Kit, which I've talked about before. I told you guys you need to go get this because it amps up any eyeshadow look. Alright, now this part is the part that I'm most excited for, because this is my first high-end mascara purchase. I got the Benefit They're Real mascara. I know I'm super late to the party, but I'm here now, so let's turn it up. See what I did there? I'm kind of cool sometimes. I'm kind of nervous though, because the only mascara I've ever tried is drugstore mascara, because I always thought that high-end mascaras, they're lying to you. Like, they couldn't be that much better than drugstore. So I have really high hopes for this just because it was more expensive. So I'm probably not going to be able to tell on my first try. So I'm going to give it that. I'm going to let it have more than one try before I say if I like it. So here we go. Now I'm going to apply lashes, and I'm going to use the Ardell wispies. They never fail me. So I'm applying this glue on them, and then I'm going to wait for the glue to get tacky, and then I'm going to apply them. Don't you hate when you get lash glue on the lashes? Because then they be looking all funny and stiff. Man, I done messed up. Alright, and for lips, I'm using MAC Chestnut Lip Pencil. And I'm filling in the center with Anastasia Beverly Hills Sepia Liquid Lipstick. And then right on top, I'm using Anastasia Stripped Liquid Lipstick. Alright, you guys, and that is the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys really like this look, because I really like it. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to keep yourself updated on my new videos, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.